Hello, you are watching RPTV News. I am your host, Galakosi. In the next 3 episodes, we will be speaking to hair salons and barbershop owners located in the Regent Park area on how COVID affected their businesses during the closure of the non-essential businesses. Flory opened the shop Supreme Cut in 2017 in the Regent Park area because he wanted to come back to the community where he grew up. In this episode, we will cover the effect that COVID-19 had on his shop when the announcement was made to close the non-essential businesses. When you first heard that your business wasn't considered an essential business during the lockdown, what were your thoughts?
When my business wasn't considered an essential, my thoughts were, why? Because everybody actually needs a haircut. These are things that, everybody needs a haircut. Everybody needs to get their nails done. Everybody gotta, pamper themselves in order to go out there. Because every day we wake up, we gotta put on you gotta put on your show. You gotta put on your show. If you're a barber, you dress up, you get ready to be a barber. If you're a journalist, you get ready to be a journalist. They pamper you, do your makeup and all that stuff, and then you get on TV. For the barbers, you get a nice haircut, come to work, you look fresh, all these things. So for somebody to say that we're not an essential, it's insulting, because we do more than what you think. And when we wasn't here, y'all missed us. So with that being said, it just hurt, but it's understandable. And the thing about it is, what I want to bring attention to is, if it's not an essential, right, why do we have to go to school and pay so much money to become hairstylists, and then when a pandemic like this happens, there's nothing for us to actually look back on. We don't have a what they call it, a union for barbers to go to and be like, okay, you guys, there's a spot for you guys to claim your money or your EI or something like that. There's nothing. Once it's done, it's done. You're not cutting hair, you're not getting no money. But yet, I'm paying almost $10,000, $15,000 to go to school to learn how to cut hair and to learn how to be a hairstylist, and there's nothing for me to fall back on. I can't go back home and cut people at my house. As a registered business, obviously, you're not going to do that. People in and out your house, it doesn't make sense. So, it's insulting, but it is what it is because we've been knowing this. But, we're going to push the culture until they understand, and then they give us what we need.
How long did you think that the closure of non-essential business would last?
I thought that the closure of non-essentials would last maybe until December. That's what I really truly thought.
So you thought you were going to be closed until December?
Yes.
And you're okay with that?
No, but I have no control of that. I have no control. I wasn't okay with what was going on, COVID-19, but I had no control of it. So I left everything in God's hands, and I started planning for when we do open.
Okay, so a lot of businesses were not ready for a pandemic and sadly resulted in permanent closure. How did you manage to reopen by phase 2?
How I managed to reopen during phase 2 was I planned for the opening day. For whatever day it is, I just planned for that specific day and for the time going. So any day could be the day, and I'm planning going forward. So I planned specials, deals, flyers. I planned everything for when we get back to work. Anything that I don't do, or anything that I didn't do, all that stuff, I planned for it, and as soon as I could open my door, everything is in effect.
So were you ready to reopen to the public?
Yeah, I was ready to reopen to the public because we had a lot of days to stay home and not do much. I had a lot of time to sit down and focus on my business and to plan for when I do get back. So I was ready to reopen my business as soon as it did, that I got the green light. And I think that we took the right precautions to go forward.
Okay. And what will you be doing moving forward to better prepare yourself for situations like COVID-19?
There's not much I can do because this was a global shutdown, so like I said, your emergency funds, save for a rainy day, because we don't do the 9 to 5. So you gotta understand that it's a different ballgame we're playing. And yeah, just, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not the end of the world. Just prepare yourself for the rainy days. There's not much you can do. Prepare yourself for the rainy days. And as a community, we gotta help each other out and talk and give advice and make sure that we're holding each other down. I always said that if I taught somebody else how to fish, they could go fishing themselves, but they also now got crutches to help me. So that's cool. That's just the best. That's the best thing I could say. I had crutches beside me that could help me get through the pandemic. So yeah.
What are some precautions you took for your work area to stay safe?
So the precautions that I took for my work area is basically just spreading out the barbers so we have enough space between each other. I also made sure that we had all equipment for the shop, so sanitizers and gloves, masks, anything that we could provide to help seize the situation, or just to slow it down, I should say. And just just bringing awareness to everybody about it, and doing my part, just doing all the requirements, everything that's asked. So keeping your mask on, my gloves, sanitizers, like I said. And I also did take out a lot of things out of my shop just to create more space, in between, and to keep it easier for us to clean. And yeah, those are the precautions that I took for the business.
What will you be doing moving forward to better prepare yourself for situations like COVID-19?
Moving forward, what I'll do to prepare myself for a situation like this again is just put myself there's nothing you can really do. I don't know. I mean, I always plan for a rainy day anyways. I'm a barber. I don't do the 9 to 5. It's not guaranteed, so you got to take what you can get as soon as possible and wait for the rainy days. This was one of those rainy days, and that's what happened. We was prepared for it. I was prepared for it financially, but it still dipped into things that but I was prepared. I was definitely prepared financially, and that's it. There's nothing you could do in a situation like this, but from where I come from, you gotta prepare for a rainy day anytime. We don't do the 9 to 5. If I break my arm today, I'm not working tomorrow, and that's a loss. But I gotta be prepared for that. So be prepared for rainy days. That's just part of being a businessman, an entrepreneur. You prepare for rainy days.
As a business owner, what are some key takeaways from this situation that will help with longevity of your company?
Plan for rainy days. Take some time off to plan, actually, because I had a lot of free time to do everything that I wanted to do. So just to take some time to plan accordingly. And again, save for rainy days. That's the biggest one, save for rainy days, because that's the biggest problem that everybody had, was that they weren't financially ready for this situation. People are booking in advance for situations that are about to happen, and clearly they couldn't have those situations happen. So you're not gaining anything, and your business is you're still paying rent and all that. Fortunately for us, the government was able to help us, through grant release and stuff like that, for the business, and those are things that helped as well. So just searching and finding information to help yourself.
And last question, how did the closure affect your employees?
As barbers, it's not 9 to 5. You're working, you take what you can get all day, right? So you collect as much as you can. The way it affected my employees, I don't think it was a big effect on my employees, because they got free time to stay home and to collect a check. They considered us non-essential, so they gave us money to stay home. And there's no expenses, not major expenses, but food and rent. And with that, the government did also understand that situation, and he took care of everybody. So I'm not the one that took care of everything. It was really the government.
how did you keep sane with all the pandemic and everything? And you were not able to work, so.
How did I keep sane during the pandemic? Actually, it was a little bit rough at the beginning, but you sell yourself dreams, right? You sell yourself dreams. One day it's going to open again and you got to prepare yourself for that day. Same way we didn't know the pandemic was coming, we didn't know when it was going to end. So what I did was the day it's going to start, the day I get to go, I already have a plan for that day, the week after, the month after, 2 months after. You understand? So that's what I did, for the pandemic. Just prepare myself for the day that I'm ready, that they give me the green light. That's all I did, just prepare myself. There's nothing else I can do. I left everything in God's hands and I prepared myself for the days that I would be. We start on Tuesdays. If I got the green light for a Friday, I'm preparing myself for Friday. I'm ready. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. It's nothing crazy. This is out of our control. This is out of our control, That's it.
If there is one thing all three of these stories show us, is the resilience of people even in the face of uncertainty and fear. For RPTV, I am Gail Kosi. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, and share to our channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms. And for more information, please check out our website. Thank you.